Warning, this trail can kill you. This is just a guide to help you know what you're getting into. So in this video, I'm going to show you what it takes to get down Black Bear Pass on a motorcycle, and I'm going to point out some different lines to consider that I think would be the best, maybe medium and hardest lines to take, and show you going down them with footage from my GoPro. So hopefully this will help you know what you're getting into before you decide to tackle Black Bear Pass. So I set my trip meter at the top here so I could try to show you. So at 0.8 going down was the first slightly difficult item. So you could go right there, straight ahead, or take the left side, which is what I did. Then this will be the first switchback you get to. Plenty of room though. And then at 2.4 miles, found this to be, there's a couple different lines you can take here. It didn't look too bad, but I'll show you some more pictures of it here. So the left side is probably the easiest. Then you could go down the right side of it right there. That's looking back at it. So far, nothing too difficult, but the next section we're going to go into a little more detail. I think this will be the first area that most might find some trouble. Still at about 2.4 miles. There's three ways you can go from this picture actually. We'll discuss them.
Ways to go here. This doesn't go anywhere. This is steeper than it looks on the camera. I'm 2.4 miles from the top of the pass, working my way down. I'm just going to walk here and show you, or try to. So it's pretty steep drop off both sides. This side on the right has a little bit more of a hump there. If you have good suspension, you can go down and go that, no problem. If you're confident also, the left side here is probably the smoother line if you're taking this side. And then I'll go take a look at the other route and we'll see. As of now, I'm picking this side, but we'll go down here and take a look. And I'll just walk. I don't think anybody's behind me. It's hard to walk down. Alright. So, also when you come down that, you're going to be coming pretty fast. And then it's loose gravel here, so stopping might be a little bit of an issue. So got to keep in mind if you're going to get going. Looks to me like once you get down here, if you have speed, you're going to want to kind of cut to the right. It's more solid there, like that.
Here's a few additional pictures just to see. I'm getting ready to go down what would be my left side on the bike. So I will show you that with the GoPro as an example. There's three other routes to also go down on this section, and we'll show those. Here we go. Getting ready to go down left side, and on the brakes there.
Definitely looks like when you come down this, either side, coming over this way, down, and that way will be your best. Now let's look at the one behind me, the other way to the right when you come down. So this way is pretty steep also. If you were to come down it, I think picking that side, coming down along there, would be your best bet. Again, with good suspension, the 790, 890 that I've ridden, you can come on down there, wherever. But if you're looking for the smoothest path, it's going to be that side. But you could come here, either way. And I'll walk up it now.
So this would be just some photos showing the middle downhill section here at this same area. There's a few spots there towards the left of it. But overall, that side, this one is easier than the first one. And here's an example of doing it on the bike. So here's a little bonus footage. I'm actually going to ride back up since I did each of the 3 routes. So this is, I haven't shown you going down it yet, but the 3rd route to the right. Honestly, this was probably the easiest. So just take a look as I'm going back up. You can see it. Then I'll talk about it here at the top, and then I'll show you going back down it. But depending on your skill level, the right side at the end of the day was the easiest, but the other 2 routes weren't bad either, and both pretty fun.
Route also, so you have, it's getting hot. You got the left route, not bad. Left side's the best. You got this route. Right side will be the best. If you're okay with the off camber here, which I would stay this top right side and use my right foot if I needed to support myself along there. You cut across that, looks to me like right here is the worst of it, and then it's pretty easy going on down and around to there. Let's take a look.
Nothing too difficult now. After going down that, we will follow the trail along here. I didn't go into any major detail through this. It's really not as bad as it looks on the camera there. You can follow along and kind of see the route that I go to the left here and on down, and then we'll get into some discussion. Cut back to the right there. I'll stop at the next section here and we'll discuss another area that can give people problems. It's another ledge issue, and we'll take a look at it. But this trail is just, it's one of my favorites, and I hope this video will help someone know what they're getting into and get a chance to come and enjoy it also. Please let me know in the comments if you find this beneficial, and please subscribe to help the cause. So it was pretty cool when I started at 9 a.m. on the trail. Wasn't too busy, but man, I had to shed my jacket. So take a look now and let's go into detail on what's going on here.
About 3 miles, maybe 2.8 for you guys, because I did a couple loops on that one to show you. The left side here is easier because this rock has quite a little drop off there where you can't really see it here, but I'll go down here and you'll see it. If it was me, I'd go left side here and just balance with my right foot if I needed to, because now you can see, which it does fall off here. I just stepped off quite a bit. So you gotta be careful right here. Just go slow, lean to the right, use your brake slowly, your right foot to guide you there. But here's why you don't want to go to the right or the left side of the smoothest. As you can see, it's got like a, it's not, if it was just the ledge, it wouldn't be a big issue. It comes back up right there, so that'll really jam you in that section right there. Now, the furthest right side would be an alright route if you're more confident. That would be stay in the right side, come down the right side, you're going to come off that, and then that. Pretty cool though.
Alright, here's some photos just again showing the rock there. looking back at my bike, getting ready to start, and I'll show you some GoPro clips of doing the left side and the right side. That would be the right side there, pretty smooth but looks a little scarier, and that would be the left side. Alright, here getting ready to go down the left side, just taking my time. Just remember to kind of, if you need to lean or put your foot down, you're going to lean to the right. Bonus footage going back up, since I needed to show you the other line. Alright, now let's go down. This was the funnest line, I think. Actually, let's go to the right and go right down that line. This switchback does look tight, but there's actually plenty of room here. You can always go wide, stop, reposition, and then turn around. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just continuing to work my way down to the next spot where we'll go into detail on a little bit of a difficult area. As you can see, we're getting closer. There's only a few more sections that might cause you some difficulty. They would probably be the most difficult two next sections versus some of the issues we've discussed already and went through. But overall, still not too bad. Just wanted to point out, the trail is also a one-way only at a certain point for going down, and I kept looking for the sign. I've seen it in the past, I never did see it. So you did see me turn around in spots and go back up. However, there wasn't any traffic on the trail at all the whole time I was on. I saw one guy on a dirt bike coming down. Did pass some people going up, but just so you know.
The second to last toughest spot, Black Bear, I think, before you get to the section down here. The switchbacks On a motorcycle, they're not bad, but I will do the tightest ones. We'll talk about them for vehicle. But right side, way too rough. One possible decent line might be come down here, go this way, there, and there. That would be maybe a medium or a rougher route. Doable with good suspension though. Another possible route would be, and this is where I've had people go in the past, and it looks scary because it drops here off on the left, but you don't have these rock ledges along here, and that's to go down here. And I mean, you're going to be near that outside, and it's loose, so you got to go slow, but you can keep your right foot down and dab it. And in my opinion, that's the easiest route. Just, you got to go slow. You need to, if you need to fall to the right. Don't start leaning too much to the left. The tightest spot, get my finger in the right spot, is probably right there. Let me walk down through here. Alright, so I'm going to walk down through here so you can see it at a little slower pace. So, it does lean here. You're not going to want to get too far over here. That's too far. Probably need to be right here. So I'm going to come down this. Come down here. I'm going to be right here. I'm going to go right through here. So here, you can kind of see, falls off there. But our line on a motorcycle is going to be right through there. That's probably the best route, hands down. Here's some of the other stuff. Like over here, you got these shelf ledges. So let's go back up there. So I'm going to come down through here, through there. I'm going to go right through here and there. The other way would be along right there, come off of that one there, not here. You can see how steep it is, so closer to the right there, and come down through there. Sorry, trying to, and then kind of through there. If nobody's coming, this is one way I'll ride back up and show both the routes. We'll see. So if you want to know what you're getting yourself into, this is it.
Bonus footage going back up to show you going down the line that actually just went back up. This will be taking the right side back down. It really wasn't too bad. We had a few ledges, but overall I think it went pretty smooth. And if you're worried about being close to on the left side to the where it falls down, it might be the option for you.
So last time my recommendation was to go down here right there, but it looks like it's really undercut. So instead of walking down there and walking back, I mean, I'm pretty sure that is not a good route to go. I'll go ahead and, I'm pretty sure I'm going to ride this way, and I'll come back and get some video here.
So normally I pre-walk these down to where I'm at now instead of ride the bike down first. And yeah, I took a terrible line whenever I came down. So we'll take a look here together at what works better.
All right, this is probably the hardest spot so far. In the past, I've went up there. I don't think that's going to work really good. I actually came down the worst spot because I didn't walk it ahead of time, which that's a little bit of advice. Walk these ahead of time, especially if you're unsure. Because I ended up coming down like right there and had to dodge that rock. I think I came right there. So the best route is probably to come up there, stay to the high side, absolutely, and come down right there, and then work your way through there. That's got the smoothest. I mean, you may fall in this, worst case, but you're not going to fall off the side. It's the smoothest descent there. These, you got those ledges over there. The way it's cut now, you can fall off pretty easy there.
We'll study a few photos here before I bonus footage going back up it, and then I will ride down that rock right there. Absolutely was smoother than the first way I showed you. There's the other side. That worked in the past for me, but it just wasn't feeling good. Having trouble capturing exactly some of the issues you'll see there.
Best routes come down there, get to the high side over there, and come down that. That's probably hands down the best, safest route. I'll walk it, come down here, anywhere in here, start working your way across from there. It's going to look bad, but I'm telling you, if you stay to this high side here, it's just a fairly smooth drop down in. You get too much in the middle, you're gonna have that ledge. But this side right here, it's gonna be your smoothest.
All right, a little bonus footage going back up it on the left side there. Honestly, getting turned around was probably the hardest thing I did the whole trip. Was right here. I couldn't see behind me. I didn't know how much room I had there to turn. And then now I will show you going down the right side, taking it easy, getting set up for the line. This was definitely the smoothest right here. So this may be the scariest section, mainly just because the left side there, it does completely fall off. That said, you're going to probably take the right side line, like if you were in a vehicle, it'd be the right tire track. I don't see any reason that you would take the left side line to be beneficial, because then that doesn't give you any room to fall over. If you fall to the right, just into the mountainside. Probably the most challenging thing is just you just need to go slow through here on a bike. The hard thing about that is if you're trying to balance yourself with both legs, then you're not going to be able to run your rear brake. So you're going to mainly need to go slow, feather your front and rear brakes, and then use your left leg to dab and balance yourself the best you can. Occasionally, if you're going to have to use both legs, then remember, you're in a not going to have your rear brake, and it's going to cause you to speed up. But dab with your left, use the right for brake. There was only one spot that came around, I think it's in front of this, that it was a little bit steeper, and I think I had to have both feet down for a minute. It was either that or even on my brakes I was sliding pretty quick. I think it was right there. And then I stopped and then kept going. This is the one section I'm not going to do a bonus footage of riding back up. For one, you wouldn't be able to see if anybody was coming. Two, I think it would be pretty darn tough to actually ride back up that on a loaded down bike. And again, like I said, the left line, there's no point for that as a different line. So the right side track is the only line, in my opinion, worth taking. But I will walk up and just kind of show you so you can see it in more detail. Alright, this is the first switchback after getting down. Just looking back, bike parked. Amazing views. Getting ready to hike back up. Share some photos just so you can see kind of some of the terrain getting into the corners. And again, staying on the mountain side on a motorcycle is key. I don't see any reason to get into the other lane there, closer to the drop-off. Just looking at some of the rock ledges. It's really, just trying to keep your bike going slow through that. It's not too bad. Waterfall was bonus footage there. You don't go down it, just pretty.
So the key is to definitely stay the mountain side. There's a section right there, some loose gravel. Right here at the corner, from like right here, is probably one of the steepest spots. Was right here at the corner, going right there, and it's not bad, but it has a few drop downs, and you can see where my tires skid. It's just loose gravel. You got to try to do it as slow as you can. You need front and rear brakes to make it work, but just taking it easy, dabbing with your left foot, because you need to keep your right foot to be able to use the brakes and the front brake, and that's the main thing. And even if you go down, you should, you have a whole nother lane to fall, so you should be okay over here. You'll go against the wall, which is what happened to my buddy last year right in here. So you may need to make sure, if you're on a big bike, don't do this by yourself. If you haven't before, have help, because his wheel got locked and he couldn't get it free. He was kind of stuck against the mountain there, but not too bad. This was one other spot after the worst spot there. You can see there was loose gravel right here, but I was staying in this line there, and just a lot of loose gravel, so it was kind of sliding. But once you get down to there, the rest is, you got switchbacks, but on a motorcycle they're not.
Alright, I know this is getting lengthy, but I really wanted to try to make the best video I could to show you the issues you'll get into and some good lines to consider taking a motorcycle. Again, thank you so much for watching this. If you found it helpful, please throw a comment out there or thumbs up. Subscribe to help support my channel. I enjoy doing these, but it does take a lot of time and effort to focus on producing a video like this. The rest of it is just driving down. I am going to show till we get to the two-way point, which is when you can see Bridal Falls there. That's where traffic now will be coming up from Telluride. You'll see that on a motorcycle. You know, you can pick either side here going down. There's plenty of room in the switchbacks to pull forward and, you know, get yourself turned around, so I wouldn't get too worried about the switchbacks. The key on a vehicle is having a spotter in the switchbacks and taking your time. You'll see I've got another video. I drove my stock Super Duty down this, so it can be done. I've seen lots of bigger vehicles. It's just the switchbacks are probably the hardest part on a bigger vehicle or a longer wheelbase vehicle. But do enjoy, and thank you again for watching.